Welcome everybody back to the channel. Today is New Comic Book Day Wednesday. You guys know typically I bring you guys the comic book haul. Got some bad news though, man. So been thinking about this for a little bit. I think I'm falling out of love with the comic book collecting hobby. It's not really doing it for me anymore. So I'm thinking of selling my entire collection, and this is gonna be the last video on the channel. So I hate to say it, I've been going for a little bit, but yeah, I'm just falling out of love with the hobby. Hope you guys understand. Just kidding, guys. April Fools. So of course, I'm recording this on April 1st, New Comic Book Day. Today's Daredevil Day, man. So I'm really excited. We're going to go to Casablanca Comics to go get the haul. When I get back, we're going to be going over everything that I plan on reading in the month of April. So I got a big old stack of planned reading. You guys see we got an absolute in there. And then we also have an omnibus that's really big, and I'm not going to lift up right now. And also, we're going to get a hot dog, man. So someone commented and they said, yo, I miss when you used to go get a hot dog every Wednesday. So I'm hungry today. So for lunch, we're going to be getting a hot dog. So that's the plan for today. Comic book haul, hot dog, and showing you guys what I'm reading in April. Hope you guys have a good New Comic Book Day. And let me know down in the comments what you guys plan on picking up. And yeah, I'll see you guys back when I've got the hot dog and when I've got the comic haul. All right, so real quick before I go inside and get the comic book haul, as you guys can see, we're outside of Casablanca Comics. I'm gonna be reviewing last week's comic books, just real quick, all right? So let's get through them. We had a lot of cool things that came out last week, and I just wanna let you know if it's worth your time or not. Let's start off the reviews with Superman, Spider-Man. I thought it was sick, dude. This is the way that, you know, crossover between Marvel and DC should be. I think the Deadpool and Batman stuff missed me with all that, man. Do it more like the Superman, Spider-Man. That was really cool. Absolute Martian Manhunter number 10. We're gonna give a 4.5 out of 5. Thought it was a really great single issue of the series, and I think it adds so much to the rest of it. Can't wait to see how Dennis Camp and Javier Rodriguez close that series out. Absolute Wonder Woman number 18, we're gonna give a 4.5 out of 5. I love the different dynamics between Diana and Zatanna. We'll have to see what happens in the next issue, as Diana looks like she's battling Zatara, so it's been an interesting look at magic in that series. Superman number 36, man, this series keeps on surprising me. We're gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. Just so much fun. Superboy Prime taking over the title. It's a character that has been getting a lot of character growth recently, and I've been here for it, man. Justice League Unlimited number 17, 3.5 out of 5. Not a bad issue at all. Kind of set up for the rest of this arc, I think, right? So we got some of the villains possibly joining the Justice League. That's pretty interesting. Ultimate Endgame number 3. Let's give it a 3 out of 5, man. Just so over this event. No spoilers here, but they killed my favorite hero in the Ultimate Universe, so yeah, man, pretty rough over there. The Flash 31 from Ryan North, 4 out of 5, man. I thought this was a great start to this new era of the Flash. Gavin Goudry's art was really clean and simple, and I thought it fit the Flash really well. We know that Ryan North excels at sci-fi writing, the fun, family-friendly sort of writing that we've seen him on the Fantastic Four series. He's bringing it right to the Flash, man, so really cool stuff. Fantastic Four number 9, also from Ryan North. I think this Invincible Woman arc is really good. I think it's really compelling. Just a Sue Storm that doesn't care about humans, and like the fallout from that, right? And yeah, pretty interesting stuff there. Iron Man number 3, we'll give that one a 3.5 out of 5. Thought this was a step up from issue 2. Still not entirely sold on the series as a whole, but I think I'm gonna ride out at least arc number 1. Peril of the Brutal Dark and Ezra Kane Mystery, 4.5 out of 5, man. I'm just in love with this series. I thought this was potentially better than issue number 1. I just really love the mystery, the you know, crime noir vibes that Chris Condon and Jacob Phillips are known for, and I love them for. They're bringing it right here with this DC Vertigo title. Phantom of the Opera, wow, excellent issue. Maybe another 4.5 out of 5. I thought this was a, you know, better than the first issue. I'm just really in love with the scenario they have here. Tyler Boss is excelling as a slasher writer, and you got that Martin Simmons artwork. Some of the most beautiful on stand, so really cool stuff there. And then Is Ted Okay, number 2, 4.5 out of 5. Issue 1 maybe was more interesting, like on its surface, but I think Is Ted Okay number 2 really just kind of opens up and just gets deeper at the conspiracy that I find really interesting. You still have that great Dave Chisholm artwork. Some of those page flips are so sick. And so yeah, congrats to Dave Chisholm for Is Ted Okay. I've been loving that series. With that being said, let's go into the comic book store, get the haul, go get the hot dog, and then I'll go home and show you guys the haul. Real quick though, let's vote for the pick of the week. Been forgetting to do that recently. let's give it to Daredevil, man. So my vote's for Daredevil. Looks like that's the rest of the community's vote as well. Batman number 8 in second place, Absolute Superman number 18 in third place, and then a pretty steep drop off to Batgirl number 18. That's cool to see Batgirl. And then Bizarro Year None, new number 1 from DC Comics. So with that being said, I'm gonna go in and get the haul, and I'll see you guys when I get back home. Welcome back, everybody. Just got back from Casablanca Comics with a nice stack of comics. I think there's 8 things in here, plus a bonus. Let's start off with the bonus, all right? So we got Batman Dark Patterns, the trade paperback. Have this in singles. Was waiting to upgrade it to maybe when they release a deluxe edition, but I can't wait that long, man. I need something on the shelf. This is such an epic story. Now that I have it in a trade, maybe I can loan it out to some friends, right? Make sure you guys read one of the best Batman stories in recent memory. Batman Dark Patterns is excellent stuff. Hayden Sherman, Dan Waters, really cool stuff there. Before we get into the rest of the comic book haul, I forgot to show you my hot dog, right? So real quick, all right, we got a Chicago dog. Get a peek at that. Get a peek at that. Lunchtime is gonna be good today, man. So nice little Chicago dog. And let's continue with the rest of the haul. Of course, it's Daredevil Day. New Daredevil series starting up from Stephanie Phillips with Lee Garbett on the art. Real excited to see it. You guys see the cover? Beautiful cover, man. So Daredevil Day is today. Real excited about it. Didn't get any of the blind bags. Missed me with those. I'm kind of over with those. Absolute Superman number 18. New story arc starts here, as you guys can see in that corner. Really excited to see it, man. We got Absolute Shazam coming into the story. Excited to see the take that Jason Aaron has for this classic character. Let's see if they're maybe evil in the Absolute universe. We'll see. So yeah, Absolute Superman number 18. We also have Batman number 8. Loving this Batman series from Matt Fraction, Jorge Jimenez. It's crazy, man, how much I think that this series is, one that someone could just jump onto at any point. So if you guys want to read this, read issue 7 if you want with the Joker Batman confrontation, but maybe you could just start with issue number 8, man. So yeah, really love the way that Matt Fraction is pacing out the story. Very comic booky, man. And I mean that in the best way possible. We also have a new number 1 from DC, Bizarro Year None. All right, so Kevin Smith's writing this one. He's co-writing it. I'm not too big of a fan of Bizarro as a character. It really takes like a special writer to make me like Bizarro, reading Bizarro dialogue and stuff like that. So we'll see if they can bring it, but this is like a origin story potentially for the Bizarro character. Had to pick it up. New number 1 from DC. Also have Batgirl number 18. This series, the last like issue, really kind of reminded me of that first arc, so hopefully we're getting back to that vibe. If not, this series might have to get dropped, dude. Hate to say it, but like I was saying, it's got positive momentum the last like 3 issues, and last issue for sure. I think it's definitely climbing its way back up to my favorite ongoings out of DC. We also have The Adventures of Superman Book of L, continuation of Philip Kennedy Johnson's War World Saga. I think I'm on issue 4, so I got to catch up this weekend, but gotta support, Philip Kennedy Johnson's closing word on the Superman cast of characters. We also have the Ghost Machine, the official guidebook number 1. So big fan of the Ghost Machine stuff. I wasn't too sure if this is gonna be, yeah, it looks like a bunch of data file pages, all right? So getting more info on the entire Ghost Machine universe. Maybe it's a collection of data files that have already been released in the back of other Ghost Machine issues. Does that make sense? Yeah, so maybe not the most essential pickup, but I'm just a Ghost Machine guy, so I kind of wanted to learn more about the Ghost Machine universe there. And then, last but not least, we have Comics, the Magazine, issue 1. This came out a couple weeks ago, but my shop was able to get me a copy. I just want to be in on the return of, I don't know, man, like we don't have Wizard Magazine anymore, right? So like when I was a kid, I really liked Nintendo Power, learning more about video games like that. So I'm hoping that Comics the Magazine can bring me sort of that vibe, but now into the hobby of comic books, which I'm really into, obviously. So yeah, how to make Absolute Batman, just like finding all this insight on from all these different comic book creators and a lot of interviews and stuff like that. So can't wait to dive in, and hopefully my shop can secure me a copy every single time this comes out, man. So Comics the Magazine, excited about that. But that's what we have for New Comic Book Day. A lot of cool stuff. Mostly excited about that Daredevil though, of course. It is Daredevil Day after all. We have Absolute Superman number 18. We also have Batman number 8. So just a solid New Comic Book Day all around, man. So let me know what you guys are picking up down in the comments. Hopefully you guys have a good New Comic Book Day. I know I'm gonna have a good one, because we also got Batman Dark Patterns, dude. Some excellent stuff there. And then let's get into it real quick, what I'm planning on reading in the month of April. So first off, right, March was kind of rough for me in terms of reading. I did get some reading done that I wanted to read, but not nearly everything. So this is a DNF from last month. We're continuing it into April because I was loving it, but I got to finish it, right? So we got the Fade Out, Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips. Just ran out of time. I also did some traveling in March, right? So a little bit tricky to find time to read like I normally do, but we're looking to catch back up in April in a real big way. So starting off with the Fade Out, Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips. DC Compact, you guys know I'm reading one every single month. Don't knock the camera over. This month we're doing Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. This will be a reread. I read it in the deluxe edition, or I guess technically the trade paperback first, then I got the deluxe edition, but now I want to read it in the compact. Just as a refresher for the Supergirl movie, and I really love the trailer. Thought the second trailer really got me more into anticipating the movie coming out. So we're gonna see if we can reread Bill Quiavli on the art, Tom King of course, and we'll see how it places now that it's been like a little while since I've read Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Doing a quick reread for the compact. DC Finest, we're going Green Arrow, The Longbow Hunters. This is something that I got recently and I needed this, man. So I really wanted to collect the Longbow Hunters in this format. You guys know I'm a big fan of DC Finest, everything they're doing over there. Read the Static one, that was excellent. Yeah, so DC Finest, Green Arrow, The Longbow Hunters. There's a sequel to this one, and hopefully I get that soon if I finish this relatively soon, so that'd be cool. For the Omnibus, I was teasing it earlier, it's a big boy, so I didn't want to pick it up. We're reading the Batman by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo Omnibus Volume Number 1. So you guys see, this thing's massive, but I recently read, I don't have it on me, when I went traveling this past weekend, like on the train and stuff like that, or like at the hotel, I was reading the compact comic, The Court of Owls. Finished it last weekend, and it really reminded me how much I love the Scott Snyder Batman stuff. Also wanted to read it, read this Omni and that compact. As we see the absolute Court of Owls starting to spin up, the intrigue there. I just wanted to kind of compare how Scott Snyder did it back in the day to how Scott Snyder is currently doing it in the Absolute Universe. And yeah, just Scott Snyder's time on Batman, just to see how it's evolved. I thought it could be pretty interesting. So we're going to be reading this omnibus this month, and I'm really excited about it. Haven't read this material since, like, I don't know, I started reading comics, and as I was flipping through this Omni, I must have fallen off at some point, like somewhere in volume 3 or something like that, because as I was flipping through, it was material that I did not recognize at all. So very exciting. Remembering, and then maybe potentially some new material that I haven't read before into this, and then we continue with Omnibus 2 potentially in May, so looking forward to that. And then finally, last but not least, we have Absolute Green Arrow by Kevin Smith. We got Phil Hester on the art. I don't collect too many Absolutes, but this was on a Nick and Dent sale, if you guys remember a video from a couple weeks ago. And yeah, really looking forward to reading this. Just reading some more Kevin Smith content, because obviously he has the Bizarro release today, but then reading some more Green Arrow too. He's quickly becoming one of my favorite characters out of DC. So we got the Longbow Hunters as well as Kevin Smith's Green Arrow, both in the same month. And yeah, just loving the exploration of the Green Arrow character. But that's what we have, man. Everything for New Comic Book Day. You guys saw the hot dog. You guys saw everything I'm reading in the month of April. Hope you guys have a good one. Let me know down in the comments what you're planning on reading in the month of April. Like if you like, sub if you love, and if you really like, you can hype it. Really appreciate it. I'll catch you guys next week, because it was just April Fool's, guys, all right? We're doing comic book videos every day, so definitely subscribe for more. Thank you guys for watching, and read more comics.